Manchester City win 2-1 at Anfield for the first time in God knows how many years. As in today's video, we're just going to run through what happened and what this means for Manchester City going forward and for the title race. Now, that game started off pretty slow. City were dominating. Again, just lack of link up top. Not creating big chances like we should. There was that one in the first couple minutes where someone, I think it was Bernardo, plays Haaland through. And you want a striker with his reputation to really just be burying that straight off the bat. But regardless, we go into half time at 0-0. And I was thinking, honestly, we needed to be at least 1-0 up in that game. We played the better half. Now, as we got into the second half, Liverpool came out. They put a lot of pressure on us. They started actually playing second halves at Anfield are not always going to be easy. We know that more than anyone else. I haven't won there in 20 odd years. And then comes the Szoboszlai free kick. Now, honestly, have you seen a better free kick from that in a long time? I haven't. I could not believe it when it went in. Honestly, it was Ronaldo-esque. Honestly, the knuckleball for it to just swerve away from Donnarumma like that. He had no chance. No keeper in the world is saying that. At that point, we weren't playing that well. We just weren't creating much. Like what's been happening in a lot of second halves this season so far. I was starting to lose hope, to be honest. And you sort of wishing away that title because you're not going to be champions at the end of the season. But ball comes in, Haaland flicks one on for Bernardo Silva, who makes a brilliant striker's instinct run to liven us back up and get us into the game. 1-1, then the game's on. I think it's either Cherky or Bernardo shortly after that stoppage time. Clips it over to Mateus Nunes, who actually does something good for once in a City shirt. Alisson rushes out, takes him out, doesn't need to. He's not threatening at all. Big mistake from the experienced Alisson there. And that leaves a big pressure pen for the main man, Erling Haaland, who hasn't been scoring much at all lately, who's really been letting me down personally. I've been a big critic of Haaland personally, but to be honest, he puts it away well and seemingly wins the game for Manchester City, takes his shirt off, back in the title race. But then comes a big deflection from a Chiesa shot, and Donnarumma, world-class save. Unbelievable save. Honestly, the difference from having him and Ederson in goal is you actually might get a couple saves every now and again. Ederson, love him, brilliant keeper, but having Donnarumma in there just makes you feel safe. One of the best keepers on the planet right now. Him, Thibaut Courtois. No one's even close. And then it comes to the disallowed goal. What an absolute mess that was, especially from VAR. Cherky has the ball on the counter, plays it through seemingly to Haaland, who's battling with Szoboszlai. Ball rolls in anyway. VAR step in, don't want to give him the goal. Send off Szoboszlai, don't give us the goal. Neither team wants that, just let it go. But regardless, we brought it home and won the game. Now, what does this mean for City and their title hopes? You hope it's a turning point. You really hope it's a turning point. We still need to see a big improvement in actual performances rather than just results. At this point in the season, you want to be blowing teams away. That's what we've done in the past. But this year, it feels like we're hanging in there a bit. So you hope that this big away win at Anfield can just push us on to great performances. Really hope Pep can do that and get more out of some of these big players. Now, someone I do want to talk about is Erling Haaland. I wanted to talk about this today because he's obviously had a big game, goal, assist, basically won the game for us. But he needs to do more in games. He really needs to do more. He can't just coast through games like we've got 10 men on the pitch. He's got to provide more on the ball. He's got to link up. He's got to get a better first touch. He's got to get involved. But hopefully we can see that. So, thanks for watching.